God only wants the best for us, contrary to man who only wants the best for himself. When we go through suffering at the hands of God, He's doing that to make us stronger, to prepare us for what's about to come. When we go through suffering at the hands of man, it's for his own pleasure and selfish reasons, not caring what happens to us afterwards. How many times have you believed in man and got disappointed? How many times have you believed in God and felt the same, but later, in hindsight you realized that it wasn't for you, or it wasn't your time yet, and you got compensated later in life? Man is just like you, imperfect who thinks they're perfect, while being a slave to their emotions and desires. Making plans for things they cannot possibly control. Imagine that you're in a maze, who'd you trust to guide you? The person standing right next to you? Yes, you can feel him, touch him, have a conversation with him. Or someone with a bird's eye view who left you a set of instructions that have always been and will always be timeless. Following God comes with challenges that will purge out your demons. Following man will feed your demons. We're so susceptible to the 7 deadly sins that without God we'd be lost. Lust is everywhere, gluttony is right around every corner, and if you dare to criticize it, they'll say you're against freedom. Freedom that leads to broken relationships, undesired babies, health, and mental health problems. Lying to us, telling us that it's okay. Manipulating to get the most money regardless of the impact they leave on the heart of the people. But God has been telling us for millennia about these devils. That this is how we are controlled by the enemy. Of how one door leads to another. However, we become so lenient, so progressive that what was once unacceptable, now, whoever points it out is shamed, when the results are obviously negative. Using words like persuasion when it's just a nice way of saying manipulation. Businessmen asking people to overwork for free for a company they have no stake in. Pretending that they're all one big happy united family, when they're ready to get rid of one of so-called family members without ever feeling guilty about it. And even if they do, they're capable of the most despicable and disgusting acts, that will get you killed in any other situation, and call it just business. Your significant other that only cares about you if you look a certain way or if you have a certain lifestyle. While God doesn't care about your appearance. Jesus told a man to give up all his riches to be a part of heaven, help others, and the man said no. Only to follow the praises of people who only care about his possessions. While God cares about your actions and heart. Listen to God's words, love thy neighbor. Now listen to man's words, is dog eat dog world, one day you're on top and the next, everyone forgot you. God wants us to be equals, to share what we have. While man wants us to keep what we have and give it to them. There's a Christian who gives 50% of his income to God. When you first hear it, you think to yourself, I could never, and you don't. Give what you want if you want to. It's just that his rationale is like, God gave me everything I have. It's not of how much I give, but of how much I get to keep. Think like this, if you have a slice of cake and someone asks you for some, you might give them a bite, but deep down you know it's best if you slice it in half so both of you can enjoy the same blessing. God will pay you in other ways, but even if He doesn't, what kind of person do you want to be? What kind of example do you want to leave for others? It feels so much better that even if your life is not where you want it to be, that at least you help someone who needs more than you. That if you are able of that kind act you don't have to think so lowly about yourself. God is love, unity, order, fairness, cleanliness. Man's unfair, dirty, divide and conquer mindset. There are parts to love like we all have, but we have to keep reminding ourselves that God comes first. Remember when you listened to your friends and not your parents, and then when you got in trouble your friends were nowhere to be found. While your parents, even if they felt disappointed, just wanted to keep you safe.